If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button. It does absolutely nothing but boost my ego. If you're interested in IRL stuff, I am doing a video game collection series right now. Please feel free to check that out. And of course, if you need coins, head over to U7Buy. The link for that is in the description. Use the code TVM at checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? Tim here. Welcome back to a brand new video. You're about to witness the end of my Team of the Season swaps journey. I have just beaten, I wouldn't say my final opponent, because I have to go and play the rest of the games to try and get Fatty done, but I've picked up the final token, I believe, if I've done my maths correct, for the option that I want. So I'm going to get out of this, and we are going to progress to the menu where we can go back and back again and go and pick up my final token. Now, I do have, I think, a fair few games to play in order to get Fatty done, because this is not something I was looking to complete. I mean, I will go back and do it now. Golden Goal is a bit of a painful thing. Some people do it, some people don't, so I don't know how quick I'll get it done. But I've used Fatty while playing co-op, and he's pretty good, so I wouldn't mind having him in the team. Nice fodder, if nothing else. So we can claim this and get another pack on the go. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go and use Carvajal in something. So there's the final token. I have a duplicate Carvajal, and I have nowhere to put him. I don't know what to do with him. So I'm going to have to go and complete something just for the sake of completing something, which is actually a little bit frustrating. But it is what it is. What else have we done today? There's another objective complete. It's bronze, which means we get another La Liga loan guy. Did you get another one again? Yeah, you get loads, don't you? Like 3, maybe 4, which is crazy. So, what SBC can I realistically do that isn't going to cost the earth and that won't, you know, kind of makes sense? There's nothing, there's no upgrades yet. It's sort of middle of the day on Sunday. I want to get this done before football starts. But like looking around, and yeah, Isco is probably one of the best players in the game right now in terms of stats, but he's a little bit too expensive for me to justify doing. Danjuma again, 2 segments. I may end up doing. I mean, to be honest, 94 Benzema is kind of appealing, but at the same time, it is an 86 rated team, so I'm not sure. Pointless doing Ronaldo. Don't really feel that at all. Tonali is one actually that I'm interested in, and Tonali would work. He's an 84 rated team. I'm going to do Tonali because he will work in next week's objectives for, well, I'll probably end up having to use some sort of Italian or Serie A side. So let me complete Tonali, use Carvajal, and then we'll get into some packs and we'll do the Premier League player pick. So there is the team I'm submitting to get Tonali into the club. Like I said, I think he'll probably do quite well in my team for next week. Having to use a La Liga team right now, and my team is a little bit lacking. There's a couple of decent players in there, but I'd like to get a decent Italian league player in. Using the inform, I think Thomason is it, and then Carvajal, of course, is the whole reason we're doing it. I am using an 88 rated Toni Kroos and an 87 rated Luka Modric, which I may or may not regret doing at some point. But for now, I'm not that bothered. They don't play in the La Liga team anyway. Neither does anyone else in that side, incidentally. So don't stress. Not that you were, but just in case you were thinking, no, don't submit him. It's fine. We'll get it gone, and we'll remake it back at some way somehow. The French League packs will go a long way in making back some high-rated cards as well, because even though they're 75 plus, we're bound to pack something decent in those. And we do have a couple of packs to open before we get to that token. So let's go and do those now. I know these episodes are literally just packs, but to be honest, I'm playing a very small amount of gameplay. Like that right there. And then I'm just opening packs, doing some SBCs, grinding out the odd objective. That's pretty much what I'm doing on FIFA right now, and I'm sort of content with it, kind of enjoying it. In terms of like content creation, it's not the best to watch, I'm sure, but this series is literally what I do on this game. I'm not going to try and create something for the sake of it. outside of maybe doing the odd SBC that I would normally do. We get boards there. It's going to be Dutch, don't be Memphis Depay, and we're all good. Oh, it's going to be 85 Fridge. That's not bad, actually. Not pacey by any stretch of the imagination, but he may end up going into my Serie A team next week. Maybe. I've got one eye on that because my team is awful for the Serie A. It's so bad. So I'd like to improve it as much as I can. So we are on the lookout for some decent Italian league players. João Pedro is not one of those. I should maybe look to see if any of these are tradable, but they're not. Some of those like pitch colours and the seats and nets and stuff can go for some decent money. Let's open the whopping draft token pack. I hate draft, and the fact that they've made this week's thing for La Liga draft related kind of pains me a little bit, to be honest, because I just can't see myself doing it. It's just not something I'm interested in. I know a lot of people are like, well, why? You get to build random teams and you just get to play. I don't care. I want to use my players. I know, like another draft token pack. I've already got so many of these built up. You know, for all the ones that you accumulate throughout the season, most people will just use them. I don't. They're all just stacked. Honestly, I dread to think how many draft or free entries of the draft I have. It's a shame you can't trade them away, because I'm sure there are so many people out there who would take them off my hands for a couple of thousand coins or even just a particular player. Just nothing big, just a random player. And yet I can't do anything with them. So I'm stuck with them, and other people would happily take them off me, and I can't give. I would happily give them away. So 75 plus. Then we have a couple of decent packs to open, and then we're in to the juicy player pick, which I'm hoping is actually going to be juicy, and it's not going to be what I'm hoping it's not going to be. So we get a choice of 3, I think it is, and I'm hoping it's not going to be Declan Rice, Alisson, and Jota or something, because that would be awful. This is, I mean, do they do a best of team of the season, or do they just throw everything back in packs? I think it's a best of, isn't it? It has to be. They don't just throw everything back in packs. Let's do these lone players and see if we get anyone useful. I mean, what every time. The reason I'm discarding him, by the way, is because I own him, I'm pretty sure. And if I don't, I'm never going to use him, so what's the point? I might as well just get rid of him. He's just clogging up space at this point. Can we have one that's actually La Liga, please? Nope. But because I don't have Stoichkov, I will put him into the club. Never going to use him, but it's fine because I don't already have him, so that's okay. Yeah, and then we're down to the small rare gold and the mega pack. Let's do the mega pack first. We are guaranteed an 82 plus, but I'm not a big fan of mega packs. We do get a man of the match card, goalkeeper. It's going to be Trap, 88 rated. That's actually pretty damn big. There was no like front flare, like pyrotechnics or whatever it's called. I was a little bit thrown by that because I thought it was going to be a rubbish card, but an 88 Trap is not bad at all. That's really good fodder. Happy to take that. Nothing else in there worth shouting about, but some decent fodder from Trap there. Not worth anything, but an 88 rated card. Put that in the club, and the duplicate is yellow and magenta. And it's untradeable. We do have a small rare gold, I think it is. And then we move on to the pack that, let's be honest, you clicked the video for, and you've probably skipped, so I don't know why I'm talking to myself. Small rare gold players pack, untradeable, 82 plus again, actually. Can we get something decent? No. No, we can't. I mean, that's not too bad considering I just submitted him in. That's quite lucky, really, because that would have meant that I would have had to go and complete something else or just discard an 84. It's quite sad to see only 3 packs there, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's go into SBCs, and let's go over to swaps and hope that I have enough for this. So it is 1 of 3. So, yeah, in doing this, I am hoping that I have a better option than just Declan Rice. I mean, I'll go through them in a second, but I mean, what am I doing? I'll go through them in a second, but I'm pretty sure it's like there's 4 in there that I really don't want because I already have them in one capacity or another. So there's 5 tokens across the front. There's another 5 tokens, which makes it complete, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's complete. And now we should have 9 left. And there we go. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Got to make sure, because otherwise I'm going to be submitting this and then crying that I've got to go get something else. There is still that one in the store that I could get. So, you know, there is that. But don't really want to be spending, 100,000 coins? And I definitely didn't want to be spending actual money on this game. So I'm glad I don't have to do that. I don't think there's anything left that I really want either. You know, there's nothing screaming, oh, pick me because you've got a chance at this particular card. I've already got Wilson from the Championship, so there's no reason for me to go for some sort of EFL pack or anything. I could maybe sell Wilson, of course, there's that option, but hey, Salah, Mane or Trent, believe it or not, are the ones that I'm actually looking for. I've seen a lot of people get Heung-min Son out of this, which I wouldn't be too sad about, but at the same time, I want to see Van Dijk, Salah, Mane or Ronaldo, obviously. Here we go then. This is what we've been grinding for, essentially. Declan Rice is going to be in here, I guarantee it. Please, EA. Oh, get in! I told you Declan Rice would be there. I knew it. Right, well, I'm going to take Van Dijk here, obviously, because even though I want Trent, Van Dijk is obviously by far the most expensive player. I'm going to just rest the controller a second and I'm going to click Van Dijk. Yeah, so Van Dijk is like 500k. Trent, I'm pretty sure, is going to be like 150,000. So that's fine. It would have been a very bad good day if I'd had the choice of like Mane, Salah, Ronaldo. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, what if something like that were to happen? That would have been bad. Because who do you take? Obviously, Ronaldo is the most expensive player there, but he's Man United. And then you've got Mane and Salah, and then which one do you choose? Spoiler alert, I would have taken Mane. But Van Dijk, welcome to Liverpool past and present. What a player to pick up, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy. Honestly, I had Alisson, Rice, and then one of like Jota or something in the back of my mind. Rodri would have been shocking. He's even less expensive than Declan Rice. Let's go and... That was my La Liga team. Shocking, I know. Let's go Liverpool past and present. The issue... Not the issue, but I suppose the sort of not great part of getting Van Dijk is I have about 5 first-team centre-backs that are quite capable of playing. Van Dijk is obviously better than all of them, but Konate has actually been very, very good for me. So we have so many good centre-backs, it would be a shame not to play them. I'm not going to play 5 at the back because I can't do it. It's not attacking enough and it drives me mad. So we're going to start like this, but we're going to immediately switch into the 4-2-2 because that's all I use. But we are going to push Gomez into that central midfield role. And for those who question whether he can do it or not, 98 short passing, that's all you really need. Good composure, very good reactions, and he's a very good CDM. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let me show you what the team looks like once we move into that 4-2-2. There it is. Joe Gomez and Steven Gerrard are going to be the 2 holding players. Gerrard will have freedom to roam forward slightly, but still maintaining that CDM role. Jari Litmanen and Curtis Jones are going to be central attacking midfield players. Diogo Jota and Michael Owen up front, although I may very well change those 2 around because Owen has a 5-star weak foot and Jota... let's just leave it like that. And then, of course, Robertson and Trent with Van Dijk and Konate as the 2 centre-backs. Just makes sense. I love Gomez in this position. I think he's very, very good. Gerrard has now got a little bit more freedom because his instruction isn't to stay back, whereas Joe Gomez is to stay back. I said his name right. It didn't sound right in my head, and I changed it. And now I've gone back thinking, no, that is right. And I've got, like I said, Steven Gerrard, just a little bit more freedom to go forward. And that's kind of what I want. And that's the way the team's going to look. Once we can get a better striker, I'm talking of Fernando Torres and Ian Rush, or if somehow, I don't know how, but somehow we manage to pick up a striker that is able to fit into the team, that replaces... I'm probably looking at Jari Litmanen as the player to replace and maybe bring him on as like a token type player rather than starting, because even though I like him, he's not really one to be... I mean, his record... And I don't play with this team in squad battles before anyone says it. It's all friendlies and rivals, and yes, I've spent a lot of money on that card, but the return for someone that people don't rate is actually pretty good, so I can't really argue with that. Michael Owen's return, I bet, is absolutely sensational. I mean, that's not bad, is it? I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's not bad. Look at the amount of assists that he gets. I love it. Fantastic. I'm sure Jota's record isn't great. Yeah, Jota's not that. I'm actually not a massive fan of Diogo Jota in this game, and I don't think he's particularly very good. Games on Dudek up to 585. He's getting there. Will he reach 1,000? Probably not, but, you know... We'll keep plugging away and we'll see what happens. The only thing that I would really love to have with this team is a better version of Thiago and maybe Diaz. If they release a showdown Diaz for the Champions League final, I'm going to do it, obviously, and I'm going to go back into that 4-3-3. I'll put Wilson and Carvalho back in, and I will put Diaz in there, and I will try my best to try and sort it out. I may even have to drop, believe it or not, Michael Owen. Not that I want to, but just to get Curtis Jones in, just so that I have a decent midfield. But we'll see what happens. That, my friends, I would call a very successful episode. We've added Van Dijk into this team. What would you give him in terms of chem styles? Like, I don't see the point in giving him a shadow because his defending just absolutely does not need a boost. So would you give him a catalyst just to boost the passing and give him the full pace boost? Or would you not give him a full pace boost and try and give him something that boosts that agility and balance? I have no idea what you would do with that. Like, what would you give him if you had to give Van Dijk a chem style? And feel free to go against the grain and give him a shadow if you want. Just let me know what you would do, and I might just go with the most popular because I really don't know what to do with that. But if you have enjoyed this episode, do me a favour and hit that like button. Let me know what you chose from swaps, and did it pan out for you? Did you get what you wanted, or were you let down? Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.